In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Dolphin cheat codes and game-specific patches for use in the Xbox Series X and S version of RetroArch. Alright, y'all have been asking me to do a cheats video, so I finally looked into it and have figured out how to do it on the Xbox Series X and S version of RetroArch. Unfortunately, this process isn't as straightforward as you'd kind of hope it would be, and does require the use of the PC version of Dolphin to get it easily implemented. But with this method, we are able to use both Action Replay and Gecko cheat codes, as well as apply game-specific patches that might help increase emulation performance, especially in something like Twilight Princess, which, as you can see here, runs at an absolute slideshow of a pace under default settings. But with this method, the game becomes absolutely playable, so let's go ahead and dive in and I'll show you the process. Alright, so before we get started, make sure that you have the Xbox Series X and S version of RetroArch installed, because without it, this kinda doesn't make much sense. But pay special attention to expanding your dev mode storage section, as well as the advanced setup section on how to access your Xbox's internal SSD and route some RetroArch folders to it. We're going to be using that in this video. Also, be sure to check out my GameCube emulation setup guide for how to get Dolphin set up in the first place, and make sure to run it at least once, that way the save folder is created. Links to both of these in the description below as always. Next, we're going to need a version of Dolphin for PC, Mac, or Linux if you don't already have one. So just download it for your preferred platform. Now, over on your PC, just get opened up into the Dolphin emulator. Some of you might be questioning why we're doing this when we're trying to run Dolphin on an Xbox. Well, hey, your PC might not be able to run Dolphin and the Xbox runs it better. There you go. This is just going to help you get things set up for cheats. We need it. So, when you get Dolphin opened up, it's going to say it can't locate any GameCube Wii ISOs or WADs, blah 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 blah. So, just double click here, on the PC version at least, and we just need to set a directory to where our GameCube games are. So I'm going to use the GameCube games I had stored in my RetroArch PC tutorial folder for this example. Just navigate to where you have your GameCube games stored and select that directory. So there we go. Those are all the GameCube games. Well, most of the GameCube games, actually. It doesn't have my double folder games. There we go. There we go. Might need to tell it to search subfolders. But once you can see your GameCube games in the Dolphin viewer window thingy-mabobber, we're ready to begin. So in this example, I'm going to do a couple of different games here. So first of all, let's start with Twilight Princess, because that's going to be a big one for us. Select it, right-click on it, and go to Properties. Now from here, go over to Patches, and click on the Hyrule Field Speed Hack. Now for cheat codes, there's two tabs for this. There's Action Replay codes and Gecko codes. So Action Replay codes have a bunch of stuff in them usually, which is fun. And then Gecko codes might be empty. You can ask it to download codes. It might say file contains no codes. That's fine. That means there's no Gecko codes for this. We'll just rely on Action Replay codes instead. So hey, I want to play through Twilight Princess with max health, infinite health, infinite slingshot, bombs, arrows, oil, and then just go through and tick on all the cheats that you want to have enabled. And once you've made sure that you have all these options set the way you want, go back over to this Game Config tab, and you'll see right here it says General and Editor. Click on Editor. Now down here it says User Config, and click on this one that says Presets. Go to where it says Editor, and open an external editor. And that will open up a notepad if you're on Windows, and you can see that it has new things enabled here. So we have all of these cheats, and then the Hyrule Field Speed Hack enabled. So just go ahead and save this as. We need to make sure it's saved as the game code, so don't change this. Just tell it to save it to your desktop. There we go. So there is my new Zelda config file that's going to have those cheat codes enabled and the Hyrule Field Speed Hack to make the game actually playable at better speeds. So I'm done with Zelda. Let's move on to a different game here real quick. Alright, I don't currently have a Mario Kart Double Dash save on my Xbox Series X and S, so let's do that one. Right click, Properties, Action Replay codes, Gecko codes. I'm going to see if there's any Gecko codes for this one. There are, cool. I personally like Gecko codes a little bit more than Action Replay codes if they're available, but they're not always available, so it's fine. But let's see here. Let's turn on everything unlocked. Again, I don't even have a save file for Mario Kart Double Dash on my Xbox at the moment. Press Z to jump, because that just sounds funny. Alright. So again, back over to Game Config, Editor, User Config, Presets, Editor, open an external editor. I apparently had a no music cheat code activated for some reason. I'm just going to delete that real quick. Don't worry about that. And then save as. Make sure not to touch that. Just put it on your desktop. There we go. And I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to close out of Dolphin. Now, with these two configuration files, we need to put them into our saves folder on our Xbox Series X. So make sure it's booted up and in dev mode, and just gain access to the development files folder. If you followed my advanced guide and made a network share, it's as easy as opening it up. Then go into Windows Apps, RetroArch folder, Saves folder, find the user folder. This is your Dolphin saves folder. This is where everything for GameCube and Wii goes. And now find the game settings folder and open it up. And drag your new game configuration files right on over. And once you have these placed, you're ready to go ahead and boot into RetroArch on the Xbox. Alright, so now that I'm in RetroArch, I'm going to start with Mario Kart Double Dash. So I'm just going to go over to it and tell it to run. So as you just saw right there, I don't have a save file for Double Dash, but we're going to start the game up. Doesn't look like the code actually applied. Oh, right, because I'm a genius. Go into your options menu and make sure that you have internal cheats enabled. Forgot the most important step there. Genius move. Alright, anyway, restart the game. And now when the game is rebooted, you can see that the title screen has changed to reflect that we have beat everything in the game, even though we've never played it before on the Xbox under this current build of RetroArch. There we go, we got mirror mode. We got King Boo and Piranha Plant. And we have all the different carts available. Look, here we go, we're good to go. The golden cart and everything. Yeah, just everything ready to go. Everything's unlocked. Thanks to those cheat codes. Alright, but what about Twilight Princess and its Hyrule Field speed hack? Well, just take a look at this real quick. Well, holy crap, it's not a friggin' slideshow anymore. How about that? Very nice. We can now play through Twilight Princess without game-breaking stuttering and lagginess. Still have to deal with RetroArch GameCube emulation on Xbox's own little quirks and stuff like that, but hey, at least we can play the game. And as you can see up there at the top, I have full hearts now. I didn't have full hearts before, but there they are now. Now, as cool as this is, unfortunately, if you want to change cheat codes out, you do need to do that whole Dolphin config thing again for the game in question, or manually edit the text files to swap codes in and out. Again, there isn't an easy way to really do this. It's kind of an inconvenience either way, but at least with the Dolphin method, we have a nice graphical interface to work with. But you can get full cheat support on all of your GameCube games this way, as well as Wii games. I didn't really go over those in this video, but it's pretty much the same process. This could also be used to apply 60 FPS patches in games that use Action Replay codes for those, or Gecko codes for those, as well as widescreen patches. Again, they just need to be in Action Replay or Gecko format. But I think that's going to do it for this one. So, as always, if you happen to have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try to help you out. But now, if you could all do me a huge favor, please be sure to hit that like or dislike button, just depending on how much you like today's tutorial. And if you haven't done so already, hit that sub button so you can see when new videos go live on the channel. Tons of content coming soon, and we just love having everyone along for the ride. If you'd like to further help support the channel, you can also check out that join button here on YouTube or the Patreon link in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Little goes a long way to keeping us going and bringing more content just like this to all of you. Big shout out to all of our current champions. You're all such friggin' rock stars. Thank you so much for believing in what we do and dropping that support. But that's going to do it for this one, so until next time, my wonderful internet peeps, you all stay awesome and we will see you back next video.